Good morning, guys. Good morning, Melody. So we're gonna get started. Well, we're gonna give it a couple more minutes to get everybody here, but I did want to say something because it is 10 o'clock. We'll give them a couple more minutes and we'll start at 10:05. Okay, guys, we're gonna get started. So this morning we have Kiyana. She will be talking about military and trade school. This is session 3 of our What's Next Education Wise. So we're gonna let Kiyana introduce herself and get started.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kiyana. Today I'm be talking about military and trade school, as Aaron already stated.
So what you doing right now?
What am I doing right now? Oh, as far as like military wise, or what do you mean?
Are you still like working with the trade
That's,
you went to trade school for? Are you still
no, absolutely not. Absolutely. Absolutely not. Like, don't get me wrong, that was like a fun experience, to get that knowledge, but no, I figured out that was not it for me. And then I left that and now I went to the military, but now I'm just like in the reserves. Just, yeah, in the reserves now.
Sorry. There you go.
So basically, what trade school is, it's a specific specialty school for a specific job, such as what I did. I went to cosmetology school, or other people go for plumbing or to be a dental hygienist or welding, or just something of a specific job, basically. And the school that I attended was Canella Beauty School in Blue Island. I don't even think they still open, but yeah. Um, Basically, how I found that school was I just Googled it. I Googled the schools in my area that was close to where I lived, and I could get there. Like, I could actually, like, if I had to call somebody like an Uber or something, I could get there within the time frame of me needing to be there. Um, Tips for applying. Well, basically, what I did was I went there. I took a tour of the school. I, asked questions like, do you have financial aid, or just what what's the process of getting help with paying. So they did have the subsidized and unsubsidized loans. And then if you do have the option, like if you're working, you could pay out of your pocket. But basically, I just did the loans or whatever. We can go to the next one. So again, here's some different options on trade schools. So basically, electrician, dental hygienist, plumber, paralegal, nurse, graphic designer, welder, computer technician, aircraft mechanic, cosmetologist, chef, marine mechanic, construction manager, massage therapist, and pharmacy technician. I should have probably did that, like, to be honest.
So, what made you choose cosmetology school instead
Okay,
of
so
different
look.
schools?
It's so funny because okay, the girl that was doing my hair, she made it look so easy. Like she made it look so easy. She had my hair growing like if I wish I could show a picture, but my hair was so long and so healthy. I was like, I can do that. Like I know I could do that. If she could do it, I know she could do it. I can do it. But she had been doing that since she was like 18, and by then she was like in her 30s. So but I tried it, girl, baby. Wasn't it for me.
So, was it hard to actually go through beauty school?
It wasn't hard. It just it's so much you gotta learn. And when I went, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted to make some money. Like, okay, I can do this. I'm gonna make some money, and this is something fun to do, and it's hands-on. Yeah, that's not the kind of hands-on that I wanted though. I figured that out when I got there though, because like it was so much to it. Like you have to go to classes. You're in class from literally like 8 o'clock in the morning till 10. And then you get on the floor, or before you go on the floor, because it's like two different levels. So you're in the basement area. Well, it's a classroom. You're in the classroom and you're basically learning the beginning stages, like how to do everything, how to do roller sets, how to apply your relaxers, how to do perms, because a permanent relaxer is clearly two different things. Had to learn that. Um, um, what else? How to use your tools like your flat iron, your blow dryer, how to not cause heat damage. Like it's just a lot of stuff you had to learn. And I'm thinking, oh, I do this at home in the bathroom, so I know how to do this, but no. It's like really you got like technique. It's all about technique. And then when you get on the floor, everybody's hair is not the same, right? I learned that because this one girl came and her hair wasn't exactly like my hair or anybody else's hair that I have ever done. And yeah, let's just say she came in and left the same way. And that right there told me, yeah, Kiyana, that's not it for you. This is not it for you. But yeah, for other people, it might be, they things. But me, no. Take too much time, too much. I need the money now. And then they didn't want to tip you. I'm not working for free. Well, I'm already working for free. Give me something, show me something. But yeah, no.
So, somebody asks, is it 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. or 10 p.m.?
No, okay. So what it is your class, what do I forgot what they call it. So it's like you're sitting in class and they're teaching you about hair. Literally, they're teaching you about your strands of hair, how when you see a lot of people, older people mainly, with this ringed hair, though they call it ringed hair, that's the term for it, where it's black and it's gray at the same time. They teach you stuff like that. They teach you how to mix your chemicals, parts. They teach you your color wheel. They teach you about, basically you're in class, like as if you were in a classroom, like for school. You have to do that. And then when you leave that class from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, you go to your cosmetology class, which is your where you're actually applying what you learned in your learning book course to what your mannequins. Now you're actually doing it. Now you're actually hands on with whatever you learned in your class. You get what I'm saying?
Yep. So these are some questions about trade schools that are frequently asked that we wanted to just go over.
Yeah. So how do you go about looking for trade school? Like I said, I Googled it. I Googled the schools. I asked people, hey, what hair school did you go to? Like the girl that she did my hair. She doesn't do my hair no, but the girl that did my hair, I asked her what school she went to. She actually was teaching at a school and doing hair in a shop when I started. She was teaching at Pivot Point. So like network basically. The specific trade school that I went to, the school that I went to, the cost was about 12,000, somewhere around there, for the year, or yeah, until you finish. Um, Usually it takes about a year. I'm gonna say 9 months to a year. If you go every day, 9 months to a year to finish. But if you're part time, it'll take a little longer than a year, probably like a year and a half. Again, I was not part time. I was full time. I had no job. I was not in traditional college, so I decided to go every day. Well, I started to go every day. Um, the schedule was 8 to 5. So from 8 to 10, you did your book courses, and then from 10 to 5, you were doing hair. Basically, you were working on your mannequin, or you were working on a real person, or whatever the day consisted of. But from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Um, can you get public resources? Yeah, like you can receive a Pell Grant when you are applying for trade school, or loans, or the same as if you were going to traditional college. You can get those same, basically, yeah, those same resources. Can you work a full-time job? If you want to work a full-time job, I mean, it'll take you longer. A lot of those people that was in there, they were working, so um they would work during the day. They would work during the day, and then they would come to school at night. It was a lot of them that actually did that. And then there was people like me who didn't work, so they just went to school. And then there was people who worked. I mean, no, who went to school during the day, so they would not get as much learning or hands-on, because they would leave at like 12. So you're there from 8 to 12, and you would do your classes from 8 to 10, and then you'll have like an hour or two to be hands-on. So that wasn't, I mean, yeah, it's gonna take long. That takes long. But if you want to work, you can work.
So I think I'll add another one to this.
Mhm.
So what is the factor in deciding to go to trade school instead of traditional college?
Um, Basically, what are you saying? Are you asking? Wait, ask them again.
So like what were the factors for you? I know like some of the general factors of choosing like trade school over traditional school um is like it's a shorter time to complete, it's
Oh
cheap.
yeah, it's definitely a shorter time to complete. But for me, I can only speak for me. For me, I did traditional school. That was okay. That was cool. Like I've never been like a schoolsy type of person. Like I've always, yeah. If you know, you know. Um so what I did was I did a year in traditional college. I figured like, bro, that's not it. I can sit here. This my attention span. Like I felt like I had like I was going crazy, ADHD type. I can't sit here and read out of a book every single day. Like I can't do that. So let me try something where it's one specific job that I'm gonna learn, and I'm gonna do that job until I don't want to do that job anymore.
So what are some of the cons of like doing one specific job? So going to school for one specific trade.
You only doing that trade, like you're only doing that that job. You're not learning anything new unless you're like trying to learn something new, unless you have a bigger goal. And hey, I'm gonna go to like for me, hey, I'm gonna go to hair school. But when I go to hair school, I don't want to just sit there and it's just hair. Like it's only me doing hair. Like I can have a business or just like open my own shop, but it's still hair. Like I'm still in the hair business. I'm still that's just it.
So
It's
you would
one
just
thing.
really have to do like your research and make sure you want to go to.
Yes, do your research. Definitely do your research. Do your research. Do your research.
You ready for the next slide?
Yeah, you can go to the next one.
So now we're gonna switch it over. If anybody have any questions, we'll give it a couple of minutes for any questions. If anyone has any specific questions about trade school, and then we're gonna switch it over and talk a little bit about the military. So does anybody have any questions? All right, you can keep going.
Okay, let's talk about the military. Okay, so the military has a special place in my heart. Like, you won't hear a lot of girls saying that, trust me. You won't hear a lot of girls saying the military was fun or the military was this or the military was that. I love the military. I love being in the military. I love everything about the military sometimes, but yeah. The branch that I was in was the Army. And originally, I did not choose the Army. The Army chose me. I didn't choose the Army because when I was in high school, I did ROTC. And the branch that they had in high school was the Marines. I originally said that I would go to the Marines, right? My daddy had other plans for me. He said, "You go to the military, but not the Marines. That's is the Marines are a whole different, yeah, yeah, yeah." So I chose the Army, and ever since I love the Army, y'all. Like I love my job. I love the experience. It was just great. Everything about it was just, yeah. At first, um, it's different jobs in the military. I was supplied, so that means you had to come to me to get whatever it is that you needed. Literally, like literally, you had to come to me, fill out paperwork, and I give you your stuff. There's cooks, you got HR, you got mechanics, you got aircraft mechanics, you got people that do chemical, like teach you about, how to put on your hazmat suits and all of that. You got pilots, and you just got a lot of different jobs you can do in the military. Tips on applying: find a recruiting station. It's literally recruiting stations everywhere. And most of the times, most of the time, they have all branches in that one office. So if you want, you can go and talk to each one of those people in those offices, like, and find out which one is best for you. Yeah, basically. The benefits and resources. Benefits, basically, you're getting two checks. Well, for like an 18-year-old, you're getting two checks that you don't have to spend on anybody else. And they're probably like $800+, depending on your rank coming in. You get healthcare, which is taken out of your it's taken out before you even see your check. You got dental taken out, vision taken out. You can go to school while you're in the military. Basically, you got on the job training. Like, it's so much stuff like that the military can offer you. Like, legit, it's so much stuff that the military can offer you. Don't forget about free travel. So some branches are the Navy, the Marines, Air Force, Army, Coast Guard, National Guard, and Reserve. I know that the Marines don't have, I don't think they have the National Guard and Reserves. I don't think they have that, but everybody else should. I'm actually now, I was active, I was in New York, but now I'm in the reserves here at home. Now, the military pays according to your the military pays according to your rank coming in, basically. That's what it is. It pays according to, like, let's say you have a 4-year degree, you're going in as a E4, which is a specialist, which is maybe you'll get $1,200 every 2 weeks, maybe, depending on if you're married, if you have a kid, if you're on child support, if you, it's a lot of stuff that factors into that. Now, if you have a degree through them, because they do pay for you to go to school to be an officer, your checks will be a little bit higher. No, not a little bit, a lot bit higher than the younger, like the lower enlisted people. So it's two different ways you could go. You can be an officer, or you can just be regular enlisted. Enlisted people get paid less than officers get paid. Can you leave the military when you want? No. And they can't fire you. You fire yourself. Basically. They can't fire you, and you can't leave when you want. Trust me, it would be a lot of people gone. And if you try to leave while you're still on orders, you're going to jail. So you might as well just stay and finish your contract. You don't have to be 18 to join the military. You can be 17 with a parent's waiver, signed waiver, you can go. Just go. As long as you're out of high school, you can go. Or you got a GED, you can go. Go. If you don't know what else you're gonna do, just go. Go to the military and they'll help you figure it out. And then you learn so much in the military, though. You learn so much. Can you switch jobs in the military? Now, this question is a tricky question because yeah, and yes and no. I'm gonna say that yes and no. I say yes because there's a lot of people that's in the National Guard or the reserves that know multiple jobs. Like, they can, once they finish one contract and they re-enlist, they can, as long as your ASVAB score, which is your score that you get, like, you take a test to get into the military. It's not like a hard test, it's just basic knowledge, really. And they ask you about, it's like four or five different parts. They ask you about like human resource questions. They ask you mechanics questions. They just ask you different stuff. And that score is going to follow you throughout your whole military career. And that determines what jobs you can get, basically. So if your contract is coming up and you want to reenlist and you want to and you want to do an MOS change, which is your job change, then it's an opening. You can go to school and you can do that. Or if your job is like, I know when I was active, it was something about aircrafts, like they talk to the pilots on the microphones or whatever, or yeah, we're gonna call it. They was going like they was getting rid of that MOS. So this one guy, he was like, okay, since they're getting rid of it, then I'm gonna change my job, and he became a Apache mechanic, basically. So yeah, yes and no. You can't just go in there if your contract not up or if your job not getting removed. You can't just go in and be like, I want a new job. No, can't do that. No. Mm-mm. Can I bring my family with me? Okay. If you're not married, you can bring your family with you. It's just you. You're doing this all alone. It's just you. You came in the world on your own. You're going to the military on your own. Okay. That's basically how it is, or what it is.
You're a single parent.
Yes.
You can't bring your kids.
Okay, so before I went to the military, I did not have any children or any of that. I got pregnant while I was in the military. So if I would have stayed active duty, I would have been able to keep my child. Now, me going into, like, if I would have already had her and then I wanted to go to the military, no. I would have had to like sign her over to like somebody else and then go through my training and then probably then get her back when I got to my duty station. So it's a different process with that. I don't know the whole, but I know some people that had a couple kids and was not married and they had to sign temporary rights to somebody else. And then when they got to their station, they brought their kids was able to come with them. So yeah.
At this point, you guys can ask any questions you guys have about either the military or trade school. You can either put them in the chat or just unmute yourselves and ask. And I did want to ask one question because I think it comes up a lot when Black women are talking about joining the military. So, did you feel safe while like away from home and based in other places?
Um, did I feel safe? For the most part, I did, but that's because I'm kind of a loner and I didn't put myself in a lot of situations or a lot of people's, I yeah, I felt safe. Me personally, I felt safe. Now, if I didn't feel safe, don't get me wrong. If I didn't feel safe, hey, you too close, or let me remove myself from the situation. I've never been like in your face, I need attention, come over here with me. Like, I don't put myself in those situations. If you
Oh,
understand.
I'm talking more of like people more of aggressively towards you. Like it's one thing to like converse with other people and decide you want to hang out with other people. But I'm saying like just more of an aggressive tone because I know in some situations like there is a little more aggression towards Black women.
As far as aggression towards me, no. I didn't feel like anybody was being aggressive towards me. Now, as far as them not treating me equal, is that what you want to say?
Well, both, because I feel like,
As far as them not treating me as an equal as a Black woman in the military, as being, yeah, as a Black woman, because I'm gonna say that, because there's a difference between treating a Black man as an equal to the white man as then treating a Black woman as an equal to the white man and the Black man in the military. As a Black woman in the military, they're threatened by you. You don't belong as a woman, period. You don't belong there. This is not a woman's job. This is a man's job. So you have to show them that I belong. I can be here too. I can be here too. I can do my job just as well as you. And I probably can do it, bruh. You just don't even understand. Like they will try to you a woman, what do you know? Like they will say that to you. They will say that to you. Now you have some that want to see you, hey, I want to see you succeed. I want to see you go far. I want to see you, do well because they counting you out. And you have a lot of those NCOs there that, want to help you. But it's never the people that's are, that they the ones that talk down on you, the ones that's not our skin color, they talk down on you. They will do everything in their power to get you to break. They will do everything in their and oh, goodness, like that's a whole like oh goodness, like that was my straw right there. Why I decided to get out of stop being active duty and go reserves, if you get what I'm saying. That that man, that man, I'm not gonna say his name, that NCO, that first sergeant is the reason why I'm not active duty now. He's the reason why I'm not in Texas now. He's the reason why I don't look at the military the same. Like he didn't do anything physically to me, but mentally, at the mental state that I was at, I was already basically in a depression. I was pregnant. I was alone and pregnant. And he didn't, I was supposed to be gone. I was supposed to be gone from there. And he's the reason why I did not get to go. Yes. He's the reason. He is the reason. And I'm like now, because this happened in 2018, now I'm kind of getting over it. Like it's a slow process to get over, but whew, I always say it, if I see that man on the street, if I see that man on the street, bro, it's over for him. But I'm trying to turn over a new leaf in my life, you know, yes.
so are there any tips you would give, just generally about the military?
Try it. I feel like everybody should try it. If you want to try it, try it. I'm not gonna pressure you into trying it, but it's not all bad. Yeah, everybody. What turns people away is I can't have nobody yelling in my face all day, every day, and that's not the case because that's only the first 8 weeks of basic training. They're breaking you down to build you back up. Well, that's basic training, basically, and that's as time goes on in basic training they stop the yelling, they talking to you like you're normal, they trying to get you to see how to move and as if you were in a combat zone. Like they're really what it is, what breaking you down to build you back up. And then once you go to your advanced individual training, they're basically teaching you your job. That's fun. It's fun. Like it's fun. It's more than what people think it is. You get what I'm saying? Like it's not just all yelling and bad and it's not that. It's not that at all. It's really fun. You get to meet new people. You get to travel new places. I went overseas and I had a ball, even though it was like hot. It was so hot, but I had fun over there. Like I would do it again. I'm not gonna lie. I would do it again. And everybody asks me this question. They're like, so would you let your daughter do it? If she wanted to, if you want that experience, do it. I'm gonna tell her my truth, my story, what I did, what I went through, but you got to get your own opinion of the military. You got to get your own feel of the military. If that's something you want to do it. You know, if that's something you're interested in, do it. If you tell somebody, hey, I want to go to the military, and they tell you, why would you want to do that? Like my parents was at first, they, boy, what do you want to do that for? No, you're not doing it. Like they legit told me no. And I was 18 years old. I was still in high school. And I just knew, like, bro, I know I got to do something. I know I got to make my own money. Like, I got to do something. And I tried traditional school, didn't work. I tried trade school, didn't work. Military is the only thing that actually worked out for me and I actually enjoyed doing. You know what I'm saying? That's something I actually like really enjoyed doing and I would do again. If my daughter wanted to do it, she could do it. Like now the army, I don't know about the army, but if she wanted to do any like Army or Marines, no. If she wanted to do it in the Navy, go for it. If you want to do the Air Force, go for it. If you just want to be in the reserves and stay home and try school, do it. Like, and plus, the military, if you go to the military, they're gonna pay for you to go to school. So why not get that free money? Don't take out no loans. Get that money that the military is gonna pay for you to go to school. Hey, look, if you don't have to put yourself in debt, go to the military, let them do your time, let them pay for you to go to school, and boom, you're killing two birds with one stone. Because people they look for veterans when they doing job interviews and trying to fill positions and all of that. They look for that kind of stuff. So you're a veteran and you got a degree, you winning. You're winning. Or you're in the military period, you're winning. If I get her hand up.
Go ahead, Kavana.
Do y'all get loans for getting a house or like getting property?
Yeah, so you have it's basically like I ain't gonna say I think it might be a VA loan where you can get a house, or I don't think that's the name of it, but you can get a loan. You this one person I was talking to about getting a house, like you know how some people have to put that percentage down on getting a house. I don't think that military people have to put that down. So that's can't wait for that. Can't wait to use that actually. Like they give you so many benefits when you get out the military. I can't wait to use that. I'm glad you said that. Yeah.
Are there any more questions? I think I have one last question.
Go
Um,
ahead.
so, would you say that based off your experience, was it worth being in the army?
Definitely. Why wouldn't it be? Like it's different.
Well, I just asked because you said you wouldn't let your daughter do the army, maybe like
I
the Air Force or the Navy.
okay, I said that because just like I said, I tried to tell y'all all the good stuff that happened in the military. It's some bad stuff that happened. Like the whole race thing, that's big. Like I feel like that's very, 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 very that very big in the military. Race is a big factor in the army. I can't speak for everybody else, but in the army, that whole race thing is just ridiculous. 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 Because of the color of your skin, they will treat you different. And she's a woman and she has an attitude like her mama. They're not gonna like her. they're not gonna like her. They call me the angry Black woman in the military because I just felt like everything that they was doing was stupid, and I told them that, and they just they ways to try to stop me, if that makes sense. From even from when I was in AIT, like the one girl, I wish I could say names. I'm not gonna say names, but the one girl, Hispanic girl, she was like the leader of our platoon.
What's AI?
And AIT, Advanced Individual Training. So that's where you learn your job. That's where you learn the right way to do your job, the right way to do your job. And like, not only were we learning our job, but we were still learning how to be soldiers. We were learning to be soldiers still. And if I did something that, and cliques are really big in the military. I'm gonna say that too. It's just like high school. And yeah, hold on, I'm gonna get back to that. That girl, legit, if I did not listen to her, if I did not do what she wanted me to do, if I didn't it if I wasn't me, I mean, if I didn't do what she wanted, if I didn't, whatever it was, she would put me on extra details. So that means when everybody's in their room cleaning up and getting ready to go out on weekends, well, it's not really out because you ain't going to no club or nothing. You got to be back at like 5 o'clock. But I'm saying like going out to have their free day pass, I would be me and this other person or other people. I'm not going to say other person. Other people would be out cleaning up around the company, putting mulch around trees, just, and why do I have to do this every weekend? Like, why are you picking me every weekend to do this? Like every weekend you're doing this, even in basic training, like basic training was it wasn't tough as in the aspect of, hey, they're yelling at me and they're, I don't care about that. Like cussing and yelling, I don't care about none of that because of, I'm not saying like I grew up in an abusive home, but the way that I grew up. that didn't faze me, okay? It was the other people around me that just didn't, it's how they grew up. You know what I'm saying? It's how they grew up. It's how and then the time that I went, it was a rough time for me. So I guess I'm finding just picking at little stuff that other people did because I was just hurt and yeah, whatever. But I hated them people. Okay, at first, I could not stand those people. They voted me low. Every time we had like a peer evaluation, those people would vote me low because of my attitude, because I didn't want to listen to them. First of all, you are not the drill person, okay? I don't have to listen to you. Like, leave me alone. If you don't like what I'm saying to you or how I'm saying it to you, just don't talk to me. Like, don't talk to me then. Get away from me. But y'all want to get offended by what I say and then y'all want to put me on extra details? What? Okay, bet. That's why I'm going to make your life a living. Yeah. That's how it was. Like, that's how it was. But I said, I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm better now. I've learned to be a soldier. I've learned what the military is really about. I've learned to work well with others now. I've learned that it's no I in team. I've learned. Okay, I've learned. But back to the main question. I got all sidetracked. So I wouldn't let her go to the Army because of the way that they move, the way that they do things. They need to get their racist ways under control. They need to control their horny men in the Army. they need to control. It's a lot of things in the Army that they need to fix before I'd be like, okay, well, go ahead, sign up for the Army. You know, it's a lot of things that the Army needs to fix before I say, yes, I'll let my daughter go.
Okay. So thank you so much for talking about trade school and military. If anybody thinks of any questions, they can email Kiyana. Here's her contact information. Thank you, Kiyana, again for coming. Thanks,
Oh, you
everybody, for joining us this morning. Hold on one second, guys.